Hi, I'm Ada Situ, and this is my 15112 term project. And I basically made a Monopoly game with a New York City twist. The rules are pretty similar to the actual game, but if you don't know the rules, the instructions are also always going to be on the right-hand side. So first you would roll the dice. And do you want to buy? Yes. And as you can see, the property that you just bought shows up under the properties box of the respective player. And also there's a timer, so after 60 seconds, it will automatically end your turn. On the other hand, you can also manually end your turn by clicking this button. So player 2 rolls the dice. And it landed on the income tax tile. And it paid $100 in income tax. And as you can see, the worth and the cash went down by $100. You can end turn. Do you want to buy Soho? Yes. And as you can see, after you buy a property, this little gray stamp would be stamped on top of the tile indicating which player owns the land. And let's say you want to look back at the information from the railroad, you can always just click this tile and the information will pop back up. And if you want to go back, all you have to do is click escape. Ellis Island. So let's say player 2 buys Ellis Island, but let's say player 2 also doesn't want it anymore, and so player 2 can sell the land by first clicking on the tile that they want to sell, and it would be worth $150 because that's how much you bought it for. So you can click confirm, and the tile would disappear from the properties box and you would automatically gain the amount of money as well. And if people don't know how to use these functions, after you click each function, the instruction box would change, indicating what you should do with that specific function. So another scenario is when you can trade to get a monopoly. So let's say player 2 already owns 2 out of 3 of the Union Square tiles, and player 1 owns 1 of them. So let's say player 2 wants to trade with player 1. So player 2 would click trade. It would click on the tile that player 2 wants, which is this one. And it would appear under player 1's property. And let's say player 2 is willing to offer $600. It would make the offer, and player 1 can either accept or decline. So let's say player 1 accepts. And now you can see that all these 3 tiles turn to player 2, and player 2 owns these 3 tiles. Player 2 can then build on those tiles. So let's say it wants to build 4 houses on that tile. Pick 4 houses for $700 because each house is worth $175. You would confirm, and these 4 houses are built in the color respective to the player that owns it. And let's say player 2 now wants to sell the houses. So it can click on the tile again and it can sell, let's say, 3 houses for $525. You would confirm, and player 2 would receive the money back, and now the other 3 houses are gone and player 2 only has 1 house. Now let's say in this scenario, player 1 wants to give the remaining amount of money to player 2. So let's say I want to give player 2 $100, make offer. If player 2 accepts, basically player 1 went bankrupt because he doesn't have any property to sell off and he doesn't have any cash left. So therefore player 2 is the winner. And you can also restart the game by pressing R, and everything would be reset and you can continue playing again. Okay, thank you for watching. This is my 15112 term project.